Hi everyone, this is Lily,
This is Vidia,
and welcome to Girls
Grace,
and Giggles. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Girls, Grace, and Giggles. Yay!
Yay! It's been a while, so
It has been a while.
I don't know. I'm a little rusty, I think, but
I
think you're good.
It is good. It's fun, and I've missed talking, and I've missed being on this podcast because I've listened to us previously, like on my own, and I'm like, hey, we're actually good. I'm entertained by our conversations.
Our own conversations.
Yeah, I'm like, pat myself on the back there. So yeah, we've taken a brief hiatus, kind of intentionally and unintentionally, just life kind of got in the way. But we're back again, and today I think it would be a great idea to talk about comfort zones and how we've both kind of branched out and tried to step out of our comfort zone. So I just feel like this is a topic that, as we're exploring things in our 30s, I think as we grow older, people tend to want to stay more
comfortable,
more in their own cocoon. But I feel like it's on us to be always improving on ourselves, and the only way we can grow and improve is if we step out of what we're comfortable with. And so, yeah, we wanted to kind of share that and open that topic with everyone. And yeah, feel free to share for yourselves, or if you think what we're going to share is something that resonates with you, we're happy to hear any feedback.
Yeah. So do you feel comfortable talking about going outside of our comfort zone?
Well, I mean, it took a while to reflect because I feel like the whole idea, like just before we even share about comfort zones in general, I feel like it's called comfort zone for a reason, right? It's very comfortable. So I feel like people tend to not leave their comfort zones because they feel like, well, why should I? You know, it's the way I'm wired. I don't want to take risks. I don't want to do something that is too scary or, really beyond what I think is within my area, my wheelhouse. And so people, I think, have this fear attached to it, which I think is very understandable and also very human. But I want to kind of challenge everyone to think like, well, there is something about potential, right? We always talk about like, oh, you're not living up to your potential or what you could do. And I feel like yeah, if we're not really facing the scary things that we leave unattended, then we're leaving parts of our potential untapped.
Yeah.
And what a pity.
Yeah. And what a missed opportunity.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So I do feel like it is something good to do, but obviously, not something like dangerous or illegal or whatever.
Like you should still need to calculate your risks.
Yeah,
and consider,
count the cost,
everything.
but still do it if you're scared. Like do it scared, basically.
Yeah, I totally agree, because I heard a saying that, oh, why do we challenge ourselves when the purpose, or sorry, not the goal is comfort? And I'm like, ooh, that's interesting. But is it the goal? Is comfort, the ultimate goal?
Right. Well, I mean, it's a thing which I liken to just like swimming, right? Like you stay in the kiddie pool because you need to get comfortable and familiar with the water and with your own body in the water. But once you get to that stage where you've mastered it, then it's no longer challenging you, and actually it's already too comfortable because you've already mastered that stage.
Yeah.
So actually the best thing to do is to expand your horizons and to push yourself to go to the real pool. And then it's scary at first, but then after a while you'll master that too. And then so now you've expanded your repertoire, so to speak.
And I'm sure there's a lot of times when you've met with challenges and then you learned through all those challenges, and that's when you see real growth in you. So
exactly. And I mean, by default, I think growth is painful, but after a while, like it's
growing pains.
Yeah, and it's necessary too, right? Like otherwise, then you can't just stay a kid forever, because that's not healthy either. So anyhow, with that being said, we do have a few things that we want to share the ways that we've stepped out of our comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
So I can go first.
Yeah.
I think the thing that I felt was a very big step for me was going skydiving.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that was a very big and like exhilarating, quote unquote, extreme sport that I've ever done in my life. And it was a very great experience, actually. So I did it for my 30th birthday
Mm-hmm.
because I wanted to.
You literally started on a high note there.
Yeah, and it's all downhill from here. No, but I wanted to mark that start of a new decade with something symbolic, with like a milestone.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like I had a list, like a bucket list, so sort of like a bucket list. And I've achieved none of those things on the list. But I was like, okay, which one is something that I think I can actually do, like within a short amount of time that would actually be like feasible, practically speaking. And so there was skydiving. And so I am actually very scared of heights. I'm actually very phobic about that. And I think it's a
Wow.
phobia that's grown over the years, like increasingly. I think when I was a kid, I was way more fearless and just like not scared of heights. But then I don't know, I think it was because there was this ride in the PNE, which is like this like amusement park in Vancouver. And okay, you're gonna laugh. It was a Ferris wheel. And I am terrified of Ferris wheels. But roller coasters, bring it on. Like anything exhilarating,
What?
like I'm okay.
Are you sure you're afraid of heights?
No, but the Ferris wheel, because you're not strapped in, it's just like a metal bar.
Okay, I see.
And it's like a rickety old seat. And it's open. It's not one of those like closed
You're not in a
capsules.
pod.
Yeah, it's not a pod. It's just like you're just sitting on like a lawn chair with like a bar in front of you, and it's like rickety and old, and you're open to the elements. And like when I was like in grade 4, like we had a birthday party, like my friend had a birthday party at PNE, and I remember vividly, okay, this is going to be a long story, but I basically remember very vividly that I was sitting on the Ferris wheel with a friend of mine, and like, you know how they have to load people up slowly, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
one
yeah.
by one.
Yeah.
So then there's one point where you're at the apex
Yes.
of the circle. And when my friend and I were sitting there on the top, it was windy.
Yeah.
And it was just like like rocking back and forth. And then my eyesight, I could see the carriage in front of us, and then there was like a sticker on the back that said like, please do not rock the carriage. And I'm like because it's like the wind is rocking it for me. And my friend and I were just like so petrified. We're like holding, like white knuckling that like bar. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so frightening. Because literally there was one point I was like, oh my gosh, what if it was so windy that it does like a full 360?
Oh my goodness.
And I'm only holding onto the bar and I'm like gonna like fall off. Like in my mind I was like imagining some like Final Destination fiasco. But I mean, fortunately nothing happened and I survived to tell the tale. But I was just like, I think from that moment on I got scared of heights.
Oh,
like
wow.
It just like imprinted
that
on
ride
me.
just traumatized
Yeah.
you.
But I'm okay with like enclosed like spaces if it's like a like if we're doing like Ferris wheel and it's like a space or like a gondola.
Yeah.
Like it's okay for me because I feel safe.
You just don't want to be exposed to
I
the
just
elements.
don't want to be exposed, and then with no like bar, like with no like harness or gear to like protect me. That's why I feel very safe in roller coasters, because I'm like, well, it's really fast, so I don't think I will like even really feel it. And there's always like, you know, like so much like protection, so I'm like, it's good. I'm like, I'm not gonna fall off. And so I'm just like, yeah, I think this is like it's like triggered something in me. So anyhow, so long story short, I mean long story long at this point, but I've had this fear of heights. And so on my 30th, I really wanted to break free of that. And I was like, okay, I want to either go skydiving or bungee jumping. And I thought about it, and I was like,
bungee jumping.
Yeah, bungee jumping. I was like, well, you're just going down. There's no, I mean, as is the case with skydiving, but like the skydiving, you have a view.
Yeah,
you know, you can see
you
things, and it's like, it's more pleasant. Whereas like, it like for bungee jumping, it just all happens very
and it
quickly.
ricochets as well.
Yeah,
which
the recoil
is probably not a nice feeling.
So I'm scared of the recoil, because I'm like, what if it pulls my back and then I get like like
back pain or
something
something.
something
Yeah.
like that, and it just felt like more dangerous to me. And the other thing, in terms of like liability, I'm just thinking like, for skydiving, the guy is skydiving with you. So for sure the harness will be like extra secured, because it's like if you go down, I go down. Like you jump, I jump, like Titanic style. So then I'm like, but bungee jumping, the guy's just tying the cord onto you. It's like
You're on your own.
you
Bye.
go down by yourself. Like, there's nobody else attaching to you. So
wow, you really thought about this.
I thought about it, because like I've seen those videos where people are just like, the people who work at the bungee station or bungee jumping, whatever, they're dressed in like shorts and a t-shirt with like flip-flops, and it just seems very casual, and they're just like, I mean, not to like speak ill of them or anything, but it's just like they just seem like they've done this a lot. And I'm like, see, you're cocky because you've done this a lot, so you're just like, it doesn't matter, like I got this. And I'm like, that's when mistakes happen. But if you're the one that's like jumping out of the plane with me, then each time is a new experience, and each time you will make sure that you're not dying. So so anyhow,
because we're in this together,
like, we're in this together. And so long story short, I chose skydiving, and I went up to Whistler with my parents. It was a beautiful June weather, beautiful day, and it was actually even more north. I think it was like Pemberton.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, but the name of the place was like Whistler Skydiving, which is a misnomer, but whatever. And it was a beautiful day, no clouds, no wind. It was just gorgeous weather. And I think my mentality was very good. I was very excited. I was looking forward to it. I wasn't scared, but it was just like, because I made the decision, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this. This is a thing that I'm gonna do, and I set my mind to it, so this will happen. And I did it, and the guy was very nice to me, and he seemed like a very chill guy. I'm like, this is the guy that you want like strapped to you.
Yeah.
Because he seemed like he knew what he was doing, but
your life is in his hands.
Yeah, but he also seemed relaxed enough to like put you at ease, but like professional enough to like do the job. So I'm like, I think you're gonna be a good one. And so we flew up and up and up, and then it got to the point where like you're flying past the clouds. So you're like super high up, because on the I was gonna say on the ground floor, like on the ground, in the lobby, on the ground floor, like on the ground, it was like maybe 20 something degrees, I would say 25-ish. But then as soon as you go past the clouds, like you could see little specks of like ice on the
Oh, really?
on the window. Yeah, it was like cold.
Oh, wow.
Because you're literally above the clouds.
Yeah,
and I was
yeah,
like, yo,
yeah.
it's cold. And but it was great. And then he like, it was me and this other guy that was jumping at the same time. And so I was jumping first because I was like more inside on the plane, and he was like more toward the exit. And then they like opened the door, and it was like blast of cold air. And the guy, so the instructor guy, he was like, okay, I want you to like lean back and then count, like you rock back and forth side to side, and then just count 1, 2, 3, and on 3 you're just gonna like fall down. And I was like, okay. And so like literally you see the guy who like went before me, and then he was here one minute, and then the next he was gone. Like he just like, it just looked as though he just like disappeared off the face of this planet. And I was like, okay, wow, it's happening for realsies. This is real. And everything in your body is like, this is not like,
This
safe.
is not a drill.
This is not a drill.
This is real
like,
life.
This is so counter to every single like, notion in your body of like danger, abort. And I'm just like strapped onto him, like he's like behind me, and then like the door is open, and like my one foot is outside of the plane.
And you have
already.
to jump first, right? It's not that he will push you.
No,
Yeah.
he won't push me.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, you have to do it.
Yeah.
And but he's like strapped onto my back, and so I'm like sitting like with my legs out, but like butt is like on the floor, I guess, of the plane. And so he's like, okay, you ready? He's like, okay, 1, and the rock, 2, and I was like, ah! And then I just like fell. and then all I remember was just like falling. And then he's like I try to keep my eyes open, but the wind, is like going
Too
so
strong,
fast
yeah.
that like your whole face feels like flubber. It's just
Okay,
like
yeah.
like it's just like all like the wind is like going too fast. And then I had this like GoPro on my wrist, and then he's like, lean back, and then I leaned back, and then he like pulled the cord, and then afterwards, like after we descended down past the clouds, then you could like see the ground, like you can see the whole view, and it was
Mhm.
beautiful. I was like, wow. And then you have like the straps that you can like pull with your arms to like navigate the direction, and it was so wonderful. I was like, oh my gosh.
Wow.
And I was like screaming, but I was like laughing. It was just like a really good experience. And yeah,
Do you remember how many minutes you were on air?
flying up, I think took maybe like 10, 15.
Right.
And
Sorry, I
then,
mean falling down.
oh, falling down like maybe 45 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah. It was over 10,000 feet, but yeah, the
So it only
falling.
took you 45 seconds from the plane all the way to the ground.
Maybe a 1 minute if I'm being
Oh,
generous.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. But there wasn't any like, flying with the
There
parachute.
was. There
Oh,
was
oh,
flying
okay.
time. But like as you're flying, you're like descending, right? So
Oh,
you're not
okay.
just like floating in the air. You're
Okay,
you're
right,
like
right. Because I imagined
descending
it
as
like
you're flying.
paragliding where you're kind of,
No, no, no,
just
no,
like
no, no.
floating and then enjoying the view.
No, no, no. Like you're gliding whilst you're
Descending.
descending.
Okay.
So it goes fast.
Wow.
But let me tell you, those 45 seconds, they're
The
seared
longest
into my
45
memory.
seconds?
They're very like they're in like 4K HD. And it was beautiful, and it was a great experience, and my parents were there and they were watching. And it was so funny when I told them, I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna go skydiving, and they're like, what,
Yeah, I
come
was going to
again?
ask what was their first response.
They were like taken aback for sure. And then I was just kind of very like determined. I was just like saying it very matter of fact,
Yeah.
like this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go skydiving.
Yeah.
And I've planned it out.
And you're going to drive me.
Yeah, but I drove back on the way back.
Okay.
But I was like, I planned it out. We're gonna spend, a weekend in Whistler. I booked the hotel. Like, this
Mhm.
is what's gonna happen. And they're like, oh, okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, like they didn't really have much say. And then it was funny because as I was getting strapped in and harnessed and everything, my dad was getting really excited. He's like, should I do this?
Oh, wow.
He was like really like, hey, maybe I could give it a go. And my mom's like, dude, like, no, what are you talking about? You're old. Like,
Wow.
don't get ahead of yourself. Because he's a very like playful person. He just likes to. Sometimes I'm just like, you're just like a 12-year-old boy. You just.
But you
like
didn't
to,
think he
like,
was serious about wanting to try it out?
He was half serious.
Oh, okay.
I feel like if my mom was like, okay,
Supportive?
he would have just
Yeah.
like gone through with it.
Okay.
Yeah. But my
Wow.
mom was like, no, what are you doing? Like,
This is not for you.
This is not for you. This is for like young people. Although I do think there are like, seniors who go
Yeah,
up as well.
yeah.
But of course there's like more health implications and whatnot. But yeah, I'm very grateful that I did it. And I think it was like the perfect conditions, beautiful weather. And I think my mindset and my state of mind was very healthy. So I'm like, I'm not doing this because someone is pushing me to do it or peer pressure or out of fear. Like I genuinely
Yeah.
was determined to do it. And I think that was
And you did it.
yeah, I
And
did
it was
it.
worth it.
I did it.
Yeah.
So that's me.
Yeah.
That was like one big thing. But yeah, I think that was like a great start to my 30s. I
Yeah,
think that was
yeah.
like I started out with a bang,
Yeah. This is kind of a shameless plug for our other episode about things that we learn in our 30s.
Oh,
So I guess
yeah.
this is one of the things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid, try
Yeah.
try things that that scare you, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think your experience reminds me of when I tried skiing for the first time, or actually continued learning how to ski. And
yeah.
now I can confidently say I'm a skier. I mean, I'm very, very new. I'm a beginner
Ooh,
skier,
bravo,
but
bravo.
I am a skier. So for work, I do, a little bit of, things with the ski industry. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not obligated to be able to ski, but I think if I'm a skier, then it benefits me to understand my work a little bit better. So when I started my job, I was like, ooh, maybe this is something that I should try. And I think inherently and like naturally, I'm a bit of a curious person and always like to experience new things. But skiing is a totally foreign sport for me. Like growing
I mean,
up,
you're from Jakarta.
yeah,
So
like a snowy winter in itself is already like a foreign thing to me, and then you add like a winter sport
Wait,
to
have
it.
you not seen snow until Canada?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Wow.
So when I went
So
to
you've never
Ottawa,
seen snow.
yeah, like
Wow.
what, a decade or so ago, that was my first time ever seeing snow, and I screamed when I saw snow
you
for
were
the
so
first
excited,
time.
and then everyone else is just like, man,
Yeah,
like
I
another
screamed,
Tuesday.
and I actually woke up my roommates because they're like, "Wait, what's happening?" And I'm like, "No, I just saw snow for the first time."
Oh my gosh! And they're like, "You woke me up for this."
Yeah, they're like, "Okay, back to sleep." Yeah, so everything
Wow.
is just new and
This is
foreign
completely
to
like
me.
whole new world.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, yes, I was scared, but at the same time, it was exciting because I'm like, oh, maybe this is something that I can unlock, like a new sport, a new experience. And like once you get to a certain age, you don't get to experience a lot of first things anymore. Again, this is one of the things you learn in
Well,
your
maybe
30s.
until you get really old, then you're experiencing a lot of like first things in a bad way. Like, first time, like, I don't know, like eating like canned food or something. I don't know.
No.
Like in a yeah.
Okay,
well,
I'm not
to
looking
get
forward to that.
depressed,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, so I was scared, but at the same time I was excited. But yeah, I remember putting on the ski boots for the first time. It was literally physically uncomfortable, and I'm like, how can people enjoy this kind of sport? This is basically a walking cast. Yeah. It hurts. It hurts. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be really tight, and like everything just felt wrong.
Yeah.
And then
and it's like, heavy. Like it's bulky and it's expensive.
Yeah,
it's
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I had good instructors, and everything about skiing is counterintuitive. Like if you want to turn left and then you have to move the other way. So anyways, yeah, it was just kind of weird, but at the same time I feel like the first time I did my what do you call it, like gliding,
pizza and hot dog.
Yeah, I think like when you first like went down the mountain, I'm like, ooh, I can see the allure of why people love this sport. But at the same time, it can get pretty terrifying because it's a fast sport.
Yeah. And you can get injured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as a beginner, you probably don't really know how to control your speed. So, it's exhilarating, but at the same time terrifying.
Wait, where did you go for the first time?
First time was in Silver Star. So that's a ski resort in Vernon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a very good resort, by the way, for beginners.
Why is it good for beginners? There's a lot of bunny hills?
Yeah, there's a lot of bunny hills, and then the green runs are also very beginner friendly. And there's not a lot of crowds as well, so it's very comfortable for beginner skiers. Right. So you don't have to worry about colliding with other people. So yeah.
What about snowboarding? Have you done that yet?
Oh yeah, I did try it.
Okay.
For maybe the first and last time. That one is very difficult because
I did it twice and I was like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
Like it's hard. It's
too hard. I don't know. I only fell like, 150 times. And I'm like, yeah, maybe this is not it for me.
I know. But I think I literally, like the first time I did it, I'm like, I think I just spent the whole day falling.
Yeah.
There was no point in the day where I was like not 3 seconds away from a fall.
Exactly. What I hate the most about snowboarding is that I can't get up on my own. Like if I can't get up on my own, then I'm fine. Like I don't have to trouble the instructor all the time. But if you keep on falling every like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
I know. It's exhausting.
I think what makes me kind of like I think what makes it difficult for me is that both of your feet are on one board. And I feel like that's like, so you have to control with your whole body.
Yeah,
but for skis, it's like one foot is on one ski.
Yeah, your legs
individually
are
separated.
still separate. Yeah.
Because I did skating when I was a kid. And so I'm like, oh yeah, like one shoe for each foot, and then you go in a straight line. So I feel like I kind of applied that same logic to skiing. Because I'm like, okay, it's just like one ski for each foot. But then for snowboarding, I'm like, wait, you're not even okay, first of all, both feet are on the same board, and then you're not even like facing the direction you're going, because you have to go on a slant. Like your whole body is like facing, let's say the left or the right, but your head is turned straight. So you're just like, I don't even know, like I'm like, there's too much things to figure out. I know. Like, I can't, it's too counterintuitive.
Yeah, you're right, there's a lot of things to figure out when you ski as well, because you learn the theory, but when you glide down the mountain, you're on your own.
Mm.
So it's like, oh
But I
yeah.
think it's easier to pick up than snowboarding. Like for
Yes.
most people, that's
Yeah.
what they
Yeah.
say.
So skiing is easier to pick up but harder to master. Snowboarding is harder to pick up but easier to master.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't have to be a master skier. So I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
good with skiing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember every single so I think at this point I've taken maybe 5 or 6 ski lessons, but at the beginning of every ski lessons, because I only did it, I don't know, I only did one lesson per season or something. So
Mm.
the next year I do it, it would be like, oh, it's like starting new again.
Relearning
Yeah, and I
everything.
have to like
Yeah.
overcome the fear all over again. Like the fear
Mm.
factor is always there, but
Mm.
every single time I'm like, remember what you did last time? You didn't die, you didn't break any bones. Just giving
You
myself
survived to tell
that
the tale.
reassurance. Yeah. But I
Mm.
mean, the key is to get good instructors as well, and don't do it on your
Mm.
own if you're not sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, and now I love it.
That's great. I mean, it's a big investment because you have to pay for the
Oh yeah,
pass and
yeah,
you have to pay for the gear, like the equipment, and you also have to have like your own like snowboarding or skiing,
yeah.
outerwear and stuff. It's just there's a lot of investment here.
There is, there is. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. So yeah, it's not a cheap sport, but
Mm.
once you master it, I think. I mean, if you do enjoy it, I think you'll, yeah, you feel like it's worth it. It's worth learning. And if you don't really like winter, this is one thing that can get you out and about and stay active in winter.
Mm. Oh,
Yeah.
really? I would be like, if you don't like winter, stay home. like, why would you go out?
No, because it's
and be-
beautiful. It's
Yeah,
beautiful out
all
there.
right, I
Yeah, when
guess
you
it's
get up
beautiful.
on the mountains. I mean, once you're out of the bunny hill and you're actually
Yeah.
skiing on the green run, then you're like, oh, okay. I
can
see why
I can
people
see
do
the
this.
appeal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like with any sport or with anything really, like if you're trying to master like a musical instrument or learn a new language, there gets to be a point where I mean it's gonna be hard, and then it gets to a point where it's like, oh, you know what? I can actually see the appeal or the
Yeah.
pleasure
Yeah.
of doing this thing.
That's right.
And
You have to
then
get over that
the hump,
learning curve.
the learning curve. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
All
okay,
right.
well that's good. So I think you think it's worth it then.
Yes, yes, I
All
highly
right.
recommend. I mean, if you don't have like mobility issues or
Yeah.
and if you have
Vision
health insurance,
health insurance, yes.
it's worth trying.
Get that physio after, guys.
Yes.
Because there is quite a lot of like accidents and things like that can occur. But I think that's more common for snowboarding rather than skiing. I've heard more snowboarding injuries than
Really?
skiing injuries. Yeah.
I'm
Or
not
maybe
sure.
it's just the sample size that I have is
Yeah.
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 Anywho.
All right.
Wow. So that's kind of like in terms of the sports or
Physical comfort zone.
Physical comfort
Yeah.
zones. So then in other aspects, I think for myself in my like career comfort zone, I think the big one that I had was quitting my job or leaving my job from last year. And I think that was like a really big decision for me because I've been at the same place for like 5 years, and I was very pleased with the work. I felt it was very fulfilling and challenging and invigorating, stressful, but also like fruitful. And I had good colleagues and I had a very like good boss, I think, and the pay was good. And
Everything
then
on paper was good. Right?
Everything right. Yeah, everything was good on paper. And
I have to add, like, your boss really trusted you. He really liked you. He
Yeah.
really liked you as a worker,
Yeah.
as a person,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you really performed well. You did a lot.
Yeah. I did a lot.
You did a lot, and then
It
you're
was
a
tiring.
good. You were a
And-
good boss as well because you led a team.
Yeah, I did lead a team. And I think I learned a lot in that job. I feel like that job has been very formative for me in my way of doing things and in my life. But I also felt like it was time for a new chapter and time to leave. And so I think having the courage to leave a very comfortable position is also like very difficult because if it were an uncomfortable thing or like a bad job, then I think it would be easier mentally to kind of rationalize leaving. But because everything was quite good, it was harder to rationalize it mentally to be like, oh, I want to leave this good pay and good job and whatever else. And but I really do feel like it was time, because I think I wanted to explore new avenues and new areas of in my career, and to pivot into more like the AI, like legal tech space. And so I really kind of went in without really knowing anything, and as of now I still don't really know anything. um but I do feel like it was the right thing to do at that time, even though it was very scary, and I still don't have any like idea of how the future will unfold. And so I think going into the unknown is also very scary, because it's not like I had a job lined up, right? Or I had something else to quickly transition into. And so some people might call that quite reckless. And I don't disagree. But I think for me, it was the right thing to do, because I needed to like have that push on myself. And I feel like surprisingly, it was a decision that was like quite supported by like, you know, my friends and family. I think my parents were mainly like, good, you're finally leaving the job that like works you to the bone. Great, do something like easier or lighter. So maybe they supported me for like
physical health,
just for my own well-being sake. But I think it was good for me to like leave, because I think that there is something to be said about temptation, I think, in wanting to reach, you know, a certain status or reach a certain height in your career that is always very like alluring and tempting for some people who might be very ambitious. And I don't think I've ever been that kind of person, but when it's like placed in front of you, then you'll really know if you are that person or not, right? And so I feel like you know, at the time, like let's say if my boss offered me, you know, a higher position or more pay, like would I still have the same decision? And I think I'd like to think yes, I would still make the same decision, but I think it's difficult to say for sure, right? And so it is something of a battle with yourself internally to really decide like what it is that you really want and what it is that you prioritize, and are you doing this for the right reasons? And if none of those things check those boxes, then you should reevaluate the reason you're making this decision. And so I think for me, that was a very like introspective thing I had to do, to be like, okay, why do I want to stay? Or like, why do I want to leave? And are those reasons things that I could justify for myself?
Yeah.
And
I think
yeah,
God was prompting you to leave as well, right?
yes,
Which
yes.
did it make it easier for you to make that decision, or
I think it did.
Oh, okay.
I think it did
Yeah.
make it easier,
because
I was clear.
affirmation.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
clear. I mean, I don't think it was only God, although that did play a part in it as well, of course. But I think also for me internally, I was like, I think it's time. I think it's time to say goodbye. And so yeah, and so I think that really is something that is definitely out of my comfort zone. Like this is like the first official like big girl job that I've ever had,
Yeah.
you know, where it's like full time and I have like real responsibilities and like real people depending on me.
Yeah,
I'm like,
truly.
don't give me this kind of like authority. I can't take it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was like a big girl job. And I was like, wow, this is my first big girl job, and I'm leaving. And so yeah, I think all of that was difficult, but
do you remember if you had a lot of doubts and fears? Because from the way you explained it, I mean, not to say that it was easy, but you felt supported and reaffirmed about that decision. But were there parts of you where you were like, oh, is this the right thing? Oh, I'm a bit afraid of.
I don't think there was much doubt, because I think I was pretty clear, but I was anxious. I think I was a bit afraid of the unknown. It's kind of like, you know, you're just like stepping out into the void and you don't know if the next step is like solid rock or it's like sand and you will like fall. So even now I'm still figuring things out of what I should do for this next step. And so on some days I feel like, oh, I feel like I'm just kind of drifting in the wind, just a
Mm.
bit lost. But then I reassure myself in thinking like, well, like I know that I didn't want to, or it wasn't the right thing to
To
do to
stay.
stay. So I know that I made the right choice, but it's now because it's like I'm out of Egypt, but now in the wilderness, not yet in the promised land. So it's like, what am I doing here? We're just in the wilderness. We're just like wandering, right? Like I know that it was right to leave Egypt. In no way am I comparing my past job to slavery, though. Like that's not the analogy that I'm trying to make. But it's just a very top of mind thing. But
Great note.
yeah, that's not what I meant from my old job. I really enjoyed my job there. Anyway, but it does feel a bit like I'm in the wilderness now. Like I'm not yet in the promised land. And so there's not this like certainty of like, oh, now I know what I'm gonna do now. Like there's like something solid and something like I can hold on to. So there is a bit of like wandering. And so yeah, but I also feel like, in every season we have to figure out the reason why we're placed in that season of time. And then if we are faithful to that time and we make use of it in the way it's intended, then that will ultimately be fruitful and will lead you to the next thing. And that will bring you forth into the next season. So yeah, I think right now it's just that kind of time for me, transition. And so that's how I see it.
Yeah. And no regrets, I'm assuming.
Yeah, no regrets. Although I mean, my bank account might differ, might think to differ, but I also feel like, yeah, there is this like contentedness that I have in knowing like, yeah, I think that was the right thing. And even still, like, I mean, I still keep in touch with my former boss and my former colleagues, and we're all still like close. So I don't have anything, against them, and we're still great, and everything they do is like I stand by that. So yeah, it was on great terms that I ended. And so yeah, that's kind of a big thing, I think. Even my short-lived life thus far, I think that was like a pretty defining milestone moment.
Yeah. In a way, that reminds me of my immigration to Canada story.
Stepping into the void, not knowing what
basically
to do.
Like leaving, I mean, not into the wilderness, but there's like a lot of unknown.
It's a kind of wilderness because you've never been to Vancouver.
That's true.
Like you didn't know what to expect because you only knew me.
Yes.
Like I was the only like thing that you had, like
that's
that
true.
Was, like certain or
known.
And
then leaving the familiar things behind. And kind of start everything from scratch. Like that's socially hard. And I guess maybe professionally a little bit. From
the very beginning.
So I mean, I did choose to move here, just like how you did choose to quit your job, but it doesn't mean that everything will be easy because you made the decision. But yeah, I mean, it was in a way comfortable, even though I was also excited. This is like skiing all over again. It's like, yay, like new experience. But at the same time, there's, the unknown, the uncertainty. I mean, I'm very thankful that, I was able to have a job even before I arrived here. So
that was the one sure thing.
Yes.
So, aside from knowing me.
Yes. So that was, a real blessing. But at the same time, I didn't know anybody aside from you. So I had to, get out of my social comfort
literally
zone.
Like starting from zero.
Yeah. I mean, 0.5.
Thanks. I'm grateful for that 0.5 that you accredit to me.
I had to like put myself out there socially and learn how to make friends as adults, outside of a school setting.
Which is so hard. Like, I mean, plug for our previous episode about adult friendships.
Yes. So there's that. And then I also learned what it means to be lonely. And I'm like, yo, it is hard. Like loneliness is something you don't understand until you experience it yourself. At least that's my...
Did you not feel lonely before?
Like, what do you mean? Like when I was here as a student?
Yeah, or in Jakarta, you didn't feel...
No, so I think after reflecting on why I felt lonely here this time around is because there's no end date for me to be here. It's open. because when I was an international student, like I always
I
knew,
see.
okay, I'm only gonna be here for like 2 years, and then after
Mm.
that, I'm gonna move on, and then there's always the next thing. So it's like, okay, then I'm just gonna like
there's like a term limit to your time here.
Yeah. So somehow it made me not lonely, and maybe because I was a student as well. So my social life was a bit different.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like built-in camaraderie and like social events
Yeah.
and interaction.
Right.
But as a working adult, and because I
You're
don't
just
have
living life. You're not like in a student mindset.
Yeah. And it can feel like, oh, so you're on your own, like you make your own life. And you know, I'm not gonna lie, there were times when I'm like, wow, I left everybody and I left my stable job that I loved, and I started almost from scratch.
Yeah.
What was I thinking? Like that moment happened like many times. But again, no regrets, because I did move here for a reason. Like I really liked it here when I was a student. And you know, obviously there's like things that I didn't like back home that prompted me to move here. So that kind of kept me going. But yeah, I think if I were to stay in my comfort zone, then I wouldn't discover, you know, what I could have accomplished here. And, you know, I wouldn't have made friends with the people that now I know here.
Yeah, and you have a great community now. So there's that too.
Praise God,
which
praise
you've
God.
like built. And I think that's very impressive and very commendable. So good on you.
Thank you. Yeah, it was not easy though, you know, to go through that process.
But I feel like, you know, it's the Chinese proverb like 万事开头难, which is like no matter what you do, like starting is the most difficult, or like the beginning is the most challenging. And so, but now I feel as though, you know, just like we were talking about skiing or whatever else, like it's like hard, and then it gets to a point where you're like, oh, now I think I can enjoy it, or I can see why people enjoy this or have pleasure from this. And I feel like you're at that stage now where you're like, you've built enough to be like, oh, now I can kind of see myself enjoying the things that have been built, you know.
Yeah, it also helps that I met other people here who are also immigrants, and we talk about
commiserate.
We talk about our social life. And you know, one of the things that we would ask each other, how long did it take you for you to feel like, okay, I think I can stay here, like I have my own people, I have my own support system, so I'm good. And it's about like 3 to like 5 years. Yeah, so when I was here in my first year, I met those people and I'm like, okay, so I guess there's light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah.
And how do you feel now?
I think I feel really good. You know, like obviously I still want to like make friends and build like a bigger support system, but it's quality over quantity. And I do want to say to other immigrants out there, like put yourself out there and, you know, try and
find your people.
Yeah, you have to be intentional, but listen more to our adult friendship episode.
I think that will give some like good insight and good tips.
And I think to backtrack a little bit, what really pushed me to leave Indonesia and to come here, aside from I really do like Canada, is I don't think I can live with the could have been. Like if I didn't do it, I think I would have to live the rest of my life thinking, what could have, what
would have been, what if.
The
what ifs.
I don't think I can live with that for the rest of my life. So that just really just prompted me to you know, leave, basically.
No regrets. So I think if you had stayed, there would be the regret of thinking like, what if, right? But now that you
that's right.
But here now you don't have regret. But maybe did you ever doubt? Did you like, because I think you were talking a bit about like, oh,
what was I thinking?
What was I thinking?
Leaving everything
what am
behind?
I doing with this?
Doubt or regrets?
Doubt. Because I think you said you don't have a regret for coming here. But from what you're describing, it sounds like a little bit,
just wandering of like, oh,
what am I doing?
Like what would it look like if I had stayed? But not enough to make me feel like, oh, I should go back. Oh, I shouldn't have done this.
Right.
It's just like thinking.
I think, well, now I do think you have that sense of community and belonging, because I remember you told me before, like once you got off the plane into YVR and you're like, oh, I feel like I'm home, or I feel there's this sense of like
Yeah.
familiarity and homeness. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
Thanks for
oh,
mentioning that.
I
Yes.
just felt really like touched when you said that. I was like,
Yeah. That's
yay,
really true.
one of us, one
Yeah.
of us.
Because the first time I went back to Indonesia after immigrating here,
Mm,
um, I was like, oh, yeah,
I'm home.
I'm home. Like
Mm,
this is the familiarity that I missed. But then
mm,
I flew back here and
mm,
I landed and I'm like, oh, I have a second home. Like I don't only have to
mm.
have one home. Like you can
Yeah,
have many homes. And
praise
that
God.
was very reassuring. So yeah, thanks for remembering that.
It's like home is where the heart is. So maybe now your
That's
heart is in
right.
both of these
Yes,
places.
my
So
heart can expand.
yeah, we contain multitudes, guys.
Yes, yes.
Wow, very
Yeah.
good. Well, thanks for sharing that. I really do feel like it will speak to a lot of people who, Canada is not their home country. And then when they hear this, or even if you've ever immigrated to other places, right? And it will feel like foreign at first, but eventually I think the foreign land becomes your homeland in a way. Like
Mm-hmm.
I know now that like speaking for my parents who I mean we immigrated when I was like 4, right?
Mm.
So they were in their 30s, basically your age when they immigrated here.
Mm.
And now when we go back to China, it feels more like we're visiting,
Uh,
right? We're seeing relatives and we're doing
yeah.
the rounds of like, meetups and dinners and lunches and all that kind of stuff. But it's not that same sense of like, oh, I belong there. I
Yeah.
mean, because they've been immigrants for, 30 plus years at this
Yeah.
point. So in the same way, I'm just like, yeah, it's like a sliding scale, depending on many things. But
Mm-hmm.
but now I think for them when they go back, it's more just to visit family.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's what we say visit family,
Yeah.
right? The
It
terms
has
have changed.
changed.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yes.
So it is a bit different. And yeah, I think back to like all those times that they struggled in the early years of
Mm-hmm.
of their immigrant journey. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
I know. A lot of comfort zones and
Yes.
discomfort zones, if you will.
Anything else, maybe in other areas of your life
Yeah, I
where
mean, we're getting personal now, eh?
yes.
We're getting real personal. Yeah, I think from a personal perspective, I think my thoughts towards dating have
Ooh.
have changed a bit. I think well, I think to take one example, like the idea of like online dating or like using apps,
Mm-hmm.
I was pretty like against the idea previously. Like if you had asked me even like 5 years ago, I think I would have been pretty not dismissive, but I think I would have been like, that's not for me. Like that's cool that it's
Mm-hmm.
good
Mm-hmm.
for other people, but I just don't see that happening for me.
Yeah.
Um, and I think I was primarily not on board with it because it felt quite manufactured to me, or it
Yeah.
felt very like customizable and transactional in a way. Like, oh, you're just setting these parameters and you're placing your parameters out there, and it's just very like, um, yeah, just
Yeah.
like
It's like ordering
yeah, it's like
things.
ordering something, and I'm like, I'm not trying to like order something from Amazon. Like I'm trying to
Find the love of my life.
yeah, well, basically. So I think I was kind of always a bit hesitant and reluctant with that. And then later on, I think I was just like, okay, let's just like try it out, see how it goes. And so
Mm.
I think my attitude has become a bit more um, open, more liberal about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm just like, you know what? Love can find you in all sorts of ways and in all sorts of forms and
Yeah.
formats. And
Yeah.
so it could be that maybe behind maybe it is a transactional thing, or it is very like fabricated or
Mm-hmm.
manufactured.
At first.
Right. But that's not to say that it's that's not to say that you can't find love on those things
Yeah.
either.
Yeah. It can't lead to something
Yeah,
real.
exactly. And so I was like, yeah, I think I was a bit too quick to dismiss earlier. And so I think my thoughts of it have become a bit more nuanced or like accepting of it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that's been a change. And I think doing this kind of thing really is something that is outside my comfort zone. But it's also something that I'm just like more open to, because I'm like, okay, yeah, like why not, right? Like just push myself out there a little bit. Um, and yeah, I think in my attitude or in my understanding of like relationships and dating, I just feel like we're now older now, and we know more decidedly what we're looking for and what we want. And so I think I've also been a bit more proactive or a bit more bold in those
Mm-hmm.
areas.
Mm-hmm.
And also, like trying to like set up my friends and whatnot. Like I just am much more like eager to do that than before. And I just feel like, yeah, it's not something, um
We should shy away from
yeah,
because we're all at
it's
this
not
age.
embarrassing,
Yeah.
right? Like what is so embarrassing about it? Like obviously
Mm.
everyone wants to find a partner, so let's just talk about it. Let's just like remove the
Wow, so mature.
yeah, well, I hope so. I mean, this is yeah, this is like a new discovery for me. But I feel like just in talking about it and being more open is already something that I feel is a step outside my comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow, well done, well done. Because yeah,
Thanks.
it's really not easy to put yourself out there,
Yeah, it's
especially
you know what it is? It's a very vulnerable thing,
it
right?
is,
You're
and
just like I don't
yeah,
want to say on display, but in a way you're kind of like bearing yourself,
yeah, and the Asian Christian circle is very small.
Yeah, people know people, and you're always like 2 degrees removed from someone that
Yeah.
knows you or something.
Do you remember though what prompted you to get outside of that comfort zone? Was it things that people said to you, or it was just a self prompted
I
thing?
think it was kind of like something long in the making, maybe because I've
Like you just
known.
needed time to
Yeah,
process and
like usually I'm always like slower than other people in like I think many things. I'm just like always like half a step behind on things in general. That's how I feel like is my life's MO. But anyway, and so I just feel like there's been a lot of like good case studies of people that I know that
mm,
have had successful relationships
yeah,
through like online dating.
yes.
So that's encouraging to me, and just like I think revising my concept, my former understanding was also like something new.
Mm-hmm.
Um and also just being like, okay, yeah, like why not? Like open
Yeah,
myself up to
yeah.
this avenue. But I still do think like I'm not that changed. I still do think that like the best way to go about these things is through like knowing someone personally or
Mm-hmm.
like friend of friend or
Yeah,
that kind
meeting
of
someone
thing.
offline.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
offline in the
yeah.
real world is I feel like more reliable, or at least more, what's the word, organic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, so I think naturally I do tend to favor that over
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
meeting like a stranger,
Yeah.
per
I
se.
think maybe a lot of people will favor that. I don't know, but I
Yeah,
can't speak for everybody.
but
But
like what they care about I think is less. Like they'll just be like they favor that, but they would be totally open to like other avenues of meeting
right,
someone.
right. But I agree with you that it's a very vulnerable thing to do because
Mm,
you're putting yourself out there, you're sharing your personal information, and you go through a lot of trials and errors. And
yeah, yeah,
yeah, you have to
yeah,
like take a break, start all over again, and
yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
just go through all that motion. But
Yeah.
again, well
Well, that's
done.
a pretty vulnerable personal thing
Yes, yes. Well, speaking of
that I
being
just shared.
vulnerable, I did also get out of my comfort zone, and open up myself through counseling.
Mm,
Obviously you need a lot of vulnerability when
yeah,
you go
for
into
sure.
counseling.
For sure.
I think what I find uncomfortable about counseling is the first couple of sessions because that's when you
Mm,
have to tell your story. You have to
yeah.
open that can of
Lay it
worms.
all bare.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
to dig deep into your emotions and just like really face
The things
the
you don't want
things
to
that you don't
face.
want to face,
Yeah.
basically. So the first few sessions are always the hardest for me. And I
Mm,
think the thing that will kind of make me reluctant to go into counseling. But once the first few sessions are over and, hopefully I jive well with my counselor, then I would feel comfortable moving forward because usually then I'll see the benefit and the help that they provide.
yeah.
But yeah, it's not easy. And there's no exhilaration in this one. This is literally like
painful.
Painful and like,
Yeah.
okay, I guess I gotta do it because I want to be better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was that what prompted it? You want to be better? Or
Yeah.
was there like a specific incident or something that made you feel like I need to do this?
I think once I realized that I keep spiraling down, I'm like, okay, I gotta take action. And
like you discovered patterns for yourself.
Yeah,
and that were unhealthy.
Yeah, and I was in a very, very dark place like a couple years ago. So I knew what I could have become if I, didn't get help. So yeah, I think these days I'm better. Like whenever I, identify some triggers, I'm like, okay, I gotta,
preventative.
Yeah, measures. Preventative and like strategize on, feeling better and not to spiral down. But yeah, again, I recommend counseling to anyone who's seeking help, and don't feel like it's like a shameful thing to do, because it is something that can help you. It's like, if you want to take care of yourself, why would people shame you on that? They should be ashamed if they shame you on that.
Right.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah. I want to say, do not stay in the comfortable, dark place where you are if you're depressed or something, because it's not going to do you any good.
Right. Yeah. And it's actually not comfortable to be in
that
dark space.
That's
anyway.
right.
So it's like you'd rather be like uncomfortable maybe in a lighter space than uncomfortable in a dark space, right?
That's right. So, yeah. And I think you've got a great point, which I think leads to the question of why we should get out of our comfort zone. It's because, I don't know, at least for me, one of the things or the reasons is because what you consider comfort zone may not actually be a comfortable place for you. It may seem like, oh, it's a good thing, but it may not be right.
It's just what you're normal, what you're used to.
Exactly. What your brain thinks is a safe place. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you want to do the right thing.
Yeah.
And not the thing that is just, good.
You're right. I think because we often sometimes default to bad things, and that is our normal. And so in a way, it's like, oh, that's what's known to us. That's what's familiar to us.
Yeah.
But it's actually not comfortable. Like, why would you keep putting yourself in a known dark place?
Yeah.
Right? So I think maybe because it feels familiar and even safe in that familiarity.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes we have to be brave and face the harder thing of looking at ourselves and challenging what we think is familiar with what is actually good.
Yeah. Right. So on that note, any suggestions on how to get out of your comfort zone?
I don't know. I think this is hard. This is something that everyone has to identify for themselves. Yeah. Because I can't say like, oh, this is comfortable to me, so it's comfortable to you.
Yeah.
Right? Because I think I'm more comfortable with, I don't know, like public speaking or something, maybe.
Ooh.
Right. But then see, that's the breath that you just took is like, no.
I'm pretty sure that's like on top of like a lot of people's list
like
of biggest fears
or something.
It's either like, death of a loved one.
Yeah.
And then second, maybe like public speaking. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, I don't know what to do with that information. Then maybe someone will hate to speak at a eulogy of their like loved one because that just combines their two worst fears. But yeah, I think public speaking is not something that scares me as much, because I just feel like meh, like
you just roll with it.
Yeah, I just roll with it.
And you are a great communicator, so it doesn't terrify you.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Maybe I should do something with that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's be a stand-up comedian or something. Maybe a sit-down comedian or something. Like we are doing now.
See, you're already funny.
Yeah. But anyway. So tips and tricks. I think I would recommend for people to take a long, hard look at themselves and find one thing that they've been neglecting or avoiding and try to face that thing. And you don't have to look far, because I'm sure right below our psyche is a bunch of things that have just been simmering and just
like deep down, you have to face it, but you
like
just
been in neglect,
keep postponing it.
Right. I'm like, do that thing.
Right.
Face that thing.
Yeah.
And then I mean, this is not me who said it. This is Jordan Peterson who said it. But like basically we find, and I'm paraphrasing here, but basically we find like we find the path forward through the thing that we've been avoiding.
Ooh, that's deep.
Is basically like what he's trying to get at. So like before you even like slay that dragon, like you have to like face it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times, and I've been learning this about myself more, like I am the avoidant
type
attachment
avoidant type.
No,
avoidant
I'm a secure
style.
attachment, but like avoidant, maybe like for like conflict resolution, I'm like pretty avoidant, and even for myself and my own like self-improvement. And so I tend to just like be like a is it an ostrich that buries their head?
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, I always confuse it between ostrich and flamingo. I'm like, because I'm like, both of them just like, you know.
No, it's
like,
the ostrich.
Yeah. Okay. So an ostrich. So I tend to just be like an ostrich and like head buried in the sand for things that I don't want to face. But I think a way to like challenge myself is actually to face it first and to like look at it, and then you kind of take some of its power away when you face it head on. Just like, you know, people who are like scared of the dark because they think there's something underneath the bed or whatever, but if you actually just look under the bed, there's like nothing there. So you just have to look, because what you've imagined.
But what if there is something under the bed?
Well, then now you know there's something under the bed, but it's not going to be as dangerous or as deadly as whatever you imagine in your mind. And so, because your mind is so much more powerful to like conjure up these things, but the reality might just be like much more dialed down and much more simple to resolve. And so I think that's the thing. Just like face at least one thing that you know you've been avoiding, and that will be a step outside of your comfort zone. Yeah.
And maybe look at how it's been inhibiting you to grow as well, because
that's a great
that
thing.
can probably push you to actually do it.
Yeah 100%.
And if I may add,
you may not.
Pretty please. I think shifts in your mindset can be helpful. Like yes, there's a lot of unknown and uncertainty when you step outside of your comfort zone, but it can also be something exciting. You can change your mind to be like, oh, what if I do this and then I discover that I have a hidden talent?
Right.
And then you're like,
use that imagination for good.
Yes. Because I mean, it may be wrong, but it can also be true. And I think that kind of mindset change. Mindset change.
Close enough. It's all good.
Can be helpful to help you cope with the unknown.
Is this what you learned in counseling?
No.
Oh wow, this is all you. Wow, I'm impressed. This is really cool.
I mean, I guess maybe that's how I've been rolling as well, like with the immigration and skiing, because yes, it's terrifying, but I'm like, what if I'm a great skier? I need to find out. Like, if I don't take these lessons,
untapped potential.
Exactly, untapped potential is something that I can't live with. I can't live with it. I'm like, I need to know my.
I could be an Olympic skier and I'll never know.
Exactly. Wow, I have delusions of grandeur.
I was like, I'm thinking it, but I don't. And it's great. Like, I feel like dream big, right? Like, why not? Why couldn't you be an Olympic skier?
I mean,
you never know.
I mean, that is an unrealistic dream,
but hey, at least you'll go from like a non-skier to a beginner skier. So then, hey, that's progress. That's like that's the thing. Like, sometimes maybe we need these like wild fantasies to like push us to actually take the first step.
And as you said, use the imagination for good. And I have one more thing. Cost benefit analysis. And I actually do this for my real life.
What that is?
Because like I would, again, like you have to take some calculated risks. Like, you can't just take any kinds of risks. Like, let's say,
count the cost before you do the thing.
Exactly. Like, we're not telling you to go outside of your comfort zone like every single time. Like, you still need to consider the benefits.
I mean, don't be foolish, right? I think that's the thing. Like, and we learned this in our sermon the other day, like in, I think, Luke 14, like Jesus uses the parable of like, who goes to war without like counting their troops first. And like if your troops are way less than the enemy's troops, should you not first go out and like try to have peace negotiations instead?
Mm-hmm.
Or like who starts building a building without counting their cost and their their materials? Otherwise you'll like go halfway and then realize, oh, I miscalculated and I don't have enough to finish. Like that's foolish. But count the cost in what you're doing, and but still like do your due diligence,
Yes.
but like still do it.
Yeah. And when you have done that exercise and you realize, oh, the benefit outweighs the cost, hopefully it will help you be more comfortable in stepping outside of your comfort zone.
Right.
Yeah.
Like so. You're not what's the word? Like you're not doing it recklessly.
Yes.
But you're doing it courageously.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. That's a great point.
Thank you. Wow. I just don't know how I come up with these things.
Yes.
Amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, any last thoughts? Any last words? I think we're good, eh?
Yeah. Get uncomfortable, guys.
Yeah. Get uncomfortable. No, get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yes.
Maybe that should be the title
of this
podcast.
episode. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, I hope that this has been informative and helpful, and also lets you learn a bit more about us and how we've been trying to improve ourselves. And I hope this encourages you to do the same. So until next time.
Until next one. Bye.
Bye.